Hi and welcome to this cold rogue build. I am using cold imbuement with dance of knives, and this is a little test. The damage is looking pretty impressive, and you are pretty fast as well because of concealment and dark shroud. So that's a default movement speed. Of course, you can dash around, but sadly you can't spam this. You are pretty tanky as well because you are using dispense, which gives you barrier from your overheals, and we are healing via this aspect. Um, Unlucky hit, you have a chance to, in this case, 87%. That's plenty to heal you for 3% of your maximum life. And this is a crit build, so therefore we can go over the items real quick. The helmet and chest plate are basically these two, and they are everywhere on every build because they are that strong. This one gives you damage reduction 37% in this case, and for the gems I have Seer and Nia, or Nair, which gives you unstoppable and stealth from concealment. Uh, I am using this because the cooldown of concealment is way too high for it to be consistent for the sightless set, which I am also using. These are all plus to core or cutthroat skill, cutthroat being more important in this case because we are using the ultimate in cutthroat mode, and Dance of Knives, which is also cutthroat with the fan upgrade. For the unique, you can use this momentum stacking unique, which gives you, in this case, 57% increased damage. But you also could use this one, which gives you 40% damage reduction and distributes the damage taken over 4 seconds, which is pretty insane because we are healing all the time and you are going to be immortal or nearly immortal. Um, for the pit push, it's not really pushing because I don't have the push setup, but I am going to showcase a pit run, and I am going to use more damage. But for the casual stuff that you are doing in the game, nightmare dungeons and so on, I would recommend using this damage reduction so you are immortal all the time. Um, for the passive, we are using Inner Sight to help with the energy regen because you can hold Dance of Knives, but it's more damage and more DPS to spam it like this. You can't go that fast, therefore it's not that bad, but you are gonna spam this for the maximum damage, therefore Inner Sight. And let's move on with the Gauntlet, which as said, this is a crit build, so you need crit chance, vulnerable damage, and critical damage multi. Vulnerable damage multi and critical damage multi, both must be multis. For the aspect, it's just 60% more damage against, or if you weaken an enemy, which we are doing with cold imbuement. And for the boots, it's just more movement speed multi, so that you can go higher than the 200% cap. For the main hand, the channeling aspect with crit damage and cold damage or elemental damage in this case. Cold damage, the Tempa are always critical strike damage for jewelry and weapon and gauntlet. For the defensive stuff, it's maximum life because I don't like the resolve stacking method. And um, here it goes on with weapon damage, dexterity, and a critical damage multi and maximum life. Uh, Usually, but this one got replaced with attack speed. And here you see the maximum life. For the aspects, we have damage while you have barrier and shadow clone, using your imbuements and giving you 60% increased damage, non-physical damage. Uh, this ring for the increased damage, and it helps with energy regen. As said, critical strike damage, crit chance, vulnerable damage everywhere you can. Same goes for your necklace. Um, Here as well, more damage to weakened enemies, and here more damage with cutthroat, and a little bit more damage if they are low, under 35% HP. And for the Paragon, I will link this in the description via max roll, but we are using increased non-physical damage, increased cutthroat skill damage, increased critical strike damage, and more imbued damage and more vulnerable damage. Now let's go and do a test run. There you go. Pit 120 with 3 minutes and 30 seconds or something like that left. It's pretty slow, but it's pit 120. That's it for this video. See you in the next one.